So, hello and welcome everybody, back to the League of Ungentlemanly Warfare, and as you can see, today it's not Anno. Basically because I have, at least for the moment, a bit of time available. I decided to also continue our Spellforce 3 project, and yeah, we are currently doing the campaign. It's one of the early missions, and also one of our side villages is being attacked. Yay,
so,
great! Okay, apparently we have to split our army. I don't want to lose that outpost over here. Some of these few should still be strong enough to defeat the enemy. So, and what's our economy doing? Are we actually doing stuff here? Oh, I see. We are not doing stuff in our stoneworks.
You'll regret this.
Okay then. Oh, okay, now we got here frontier outpost. That is great, meaning it will survive far longer than before. And I guess we also ordered a frontier outpost over here. Yep, that's right. Okay, that means we can have more people in our army. Ah, here are already new forces. Well then. Okay, so what can we have here in this area, aside from a godstone, which we can use to revive heroes? We can basically get a bit of everything. Okay, that was the wrong thing. Do we want more stone? Yes, and it would be helpful if I knew where the stone is. Okay, it's over here. Also give us some wood. What will we get up here? We can have wood and food. Alright, there's no fish here. But we can go for 2 hunting cabins. And what is possible over here? Wood and food, of course, again. I guess we would go with a hunting cabin over here. And where's most of the wood? I guess it's over here. So, and we have a nice army, but we can still have more soldiers. So, okay, apparently, oh yeah, population required 6. Okay, we cannot have more soldiers.
Building completed.
Whatever's necessary.
And of course we get attacked by an enemy.
We're being attacked.
But those heroes are nothing that we can't kill.
All right, here goes nothing.
Come on, bring me some zombies. And of course there's again an enemy hero that needs to die. And I'm pretty sure with that ability I actually did nearly kill myself. Oh, that's the enemy war chief.
Damn it! I need healing.
Defeat the orcs of fallen hope. Okay, as soon as we do died, all the buildings explode. That is a little bit weird.
Understood.
All right.
Hey, you there! Help me! Please! You need to get me out of here!
That must be Iskrim.
Yeah, and I could do that, but I believe now with the army that we have, we can actually go fighting the trolls. For that one side
Building
quest.
completed.
Why am I mistaken here?
The outpost has been built. We've expanded our borders.
And we will also upgrade that one so that our army can be larger.
What do we need?
Time to also go explore the area a little bit. So there's a totem that belongs to the orcs. Question is there something to collect? Of course not, it's just there for a visual thing. Okay.
Building complete.
White wolves.
Here we go.
Shouldn't be too hard to kill.
Will do.
Yep, and that one is also dead. Okay, time to also
Expansion is
build
the key
here
to
camp.
victory.
What I'm seeing is we can also go around here. I still will never forgive the developers that they put the rotation on the page up and page down keys.
Uh-huh.
They're just
Sounds
no.
like a plan.
I'm not even sure if small keyboards actually have these keys. Oh yeah, there's the big gates that Isgrim can open for us.
You got it.
I wonder again, where are the two trolls? I remember having found their location at some point. Probably here.
Building completed.
Okay then. Let's see if we can bring one of them down.
Get ready.
Because I definitely don't want these trolls to regenerate. Okay, those corpse explosions did not help us as much as I had hoped.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Let's do
we were
this.
able to bring one of them down. So our zombies will tank. They're actually quite good at tanking.
Not happening. I can't focus.
Yeah, we are definitely able to bring both trolls down. Nice.
Interesting.
The signal smells surrounds with that troll. His body shows no signs of external injury. Okay. And as the green smoke tells us, it's something poisonous, deadly. Ah, maybe I should have made a screenshots of a battle with the trolls. Probably have made a good thumbnail.
That way?
I mean, hey, we also can make a nice picture afterwards, right? So... Unless, of course, we find a better motive.
Sure.
On the way. So, and the hermit lives down here. If I'm not mistaken, I actually cannot build stuff in these areas, right? So in the meantime, what resources do we have available here? There we have wood, stone and food. Here we have food and wood. Oh. And are there any more resources over there? Not really. I always want to click here. I totally forgot how many items we've already gotten, but well, at least we inventory has
Building
unlimited
completed.
size.
Building completed.
Okay, so and by now we should also have a new army, right? I wonder if we can actually carry the army over.
Bloody rain.
Yes.
So we can
Now
now
would
give
you? I
the
took
quest
care of the
away.
trolls for you.
You did? Great! Good work! Now all I need to do is repair that roof somehow.
What about the reward?
Ah, yes, of course. Here, take that. I brew these myself. Believe me, they taste better than they look. Now, I best get to it, shouldn't I? That roof won't fix itself. Thanks again for your help.
All right. Stay safe.
I will. Trust me.
So, claim the reward. Okay, we can now get either a potion of proficiency or a potion of empowerment. So this potion was originally created to boost the physical attributes of the Iskander better mages. It was later discovered that the concoction improves all of the attributes of any warrior. A magical concoction that opens up the mind of a user and makes him more aware of the abilities and potential that lie within. It is considered one of the greatest creations of the Northander alchemy court. I guess we would go with the potion of empowerment because it's just more valuable. Also more warrior-like items will actually help us. Did it just give us a level up? Apparently. So what do we want to go for? Either intelligence or willpower? Determines what damage you inflict with intelligence-based weapons and abilities. Also increase your focus regeneration. Determines what damage you inflict with willpower-based weapons and abilities, as well as the total amount of focus points. Also increase resistances. Okay, let's go for that. And of course, she did not live up. Yeah, no raw meat in the sector. Sure. But hey, at least we have now an army that apparently has pathfinding issues. Ah, now they found a way to stand still. I wish all these soldiers weren't clones of each other.
I?
I mean, the visual quality of the game is really great, but a randomizer for faces would have worked wonders.
Just give the word.
Okay then. Limit with hideous stenches appear over a bedroom. Whoever caught these fish must have forgotten about them or is long dead. Right.
Need something?
Forgot about that. So, now we have our big army. And now we can actually free the dwarf. And see if he has something interesting to tell us. There might actually be an additional quest, or maybe he would just open the gates and we get to the next mission. I have honestly no idea. It also looks like the next mission is going to be a dungeon. But that's just a theory though. So that will now take a second. Okay, that is actually an item, the satchel that we might loot. So here, there's everywhere stuff for looting. But to be fair, I don't care at this point. I just want to get to the next mission. Otherwise, we would have to wait a bit longer. What do we get here? Kargov's axe. 25% lifesteal. Let's take that with us. Just in case we get a warrior for our party at any time again.
Let's see.
Good point, Nihalf. Thank you. These are Farland people, aren't they? I can't believe they really came for me.
The orcs were threatening to destroy their village. I made sure we'd be there in time to save you.
I see. Oh, by the fires of Bargagor. All these bodies. How many people did you lose to get through?
Well, let's go for a logical answer.
Either the orcs or Farland had to go. They knew what they were in for. You're Iskrin, correct?
I am. Tell me, you don't look like one of these Farland people. How did you... how did you do this?
That's a long story.
Indeed. And at the risk of sounding heartless, time isn't exactly on our side.
I see. Well, then I best head off now. Thank you for everything, friend. You saved my life.
Hold on a moment. There's a reason we came for you. Rondar Lacane, the Harbinger of Light, sent us.
Ah, well, that's, interesting. Why?
Well, because he thinks we can stop the Bloodburn. You're looking for the ancient Shaper city, right? Mullendir?
Well, yeah, that's what he hired me for. But what does Mullendir have to do with the Bloodburn? That's that gruesome plague, isn't it?
Yes. Magically gifted people are capable of hearing a voice before an outbreak of the Bloodburn occurs. It resembles some kind of song, and is sung in Shaper language.
A song? Well, that's certainly an interesting connection. I actually think I even know what you're talking about. So I'm guessing that song is why Lacane hired me to find the city in the first place.
Yes. What exactly are you, anyway? An archaeologist?
An archaeologist who specializes in Shaper, or as they call themselves, Zarlant, that culture. They are a sea of mysteries, and yet there's so little knowledge about them. It's a pity.
I guess I want to know more. So... let's first ask if he's also a mage. Though, it is unlikely. I mean, he's a dwarf. Look at it. Look at this armor.
You said you knew what we were talking about when we told you of the song. Does that mean you're a mage?
Well, I have some gifts, let's call it that way. I'm an Earth Shaper. It's a primitive form of magic that we dwarves have practiced for centuries and which ran in our family. But please, don't get me wrong, I'm not a wizard. I just know a few tricks that come in handy in my profession.
I see. Well, that's certainly an impressive armor you're wearing there, especially for a scholar.
Oh, that? Well, yeah, I'm not exactly defenseless. I'm actually a formidable fighter, though I consider it more of a necessity rather than a passion, other than most of my kin.
A dwarven archaeologist? I thought your kind does nothing but forge weapons and drink.
Well, that, young lady, is a stereotype, though there is some truth to it.
Anyway, the Harbinger suggested that we join up.
Huh. Well, why not? Actually, you might be in luck. I believe I found the entrance to the city 2 days ago. But before I could get inside, the orcs took me. But would you mind continuing this conversation someplace else? Somewhere not littered with blood and corpses, if possible.
I agree. We should report back to Clara anyway, if the militiamen haven't told her already. Then our new friend can help us find the way to the lost city.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, that is actually quite awesome. We can get back to a village so that we can also loot the satchel. Also, we got a new fighter on our side. And he has no weapon or whatsoever. I guess we will give him a cheap weapon first.
So much to do, so little time.
Okay, and we have several attribute points to spend. Of course, we will go for more constitution and strength. I mean, he's a dwarf after all. And what do we have here? What is it? Affinity? I guess it's a special skill. Yeah. I guess that is a special skill. If my followers in the party like me, they unlock that special skill.
Let's get to work.
Okay, increases all resistances. Okay, that is quite good. Permanently increase your maximum. Sharp rocks erupt from ground around you, damaging all enemies. Summon a whirlwind of flying rocks that surrounds you. It has a chance to stun every enemy that walks into it.
Well then. This.
I guess we will go full earth shaping.
take a second.
Oh, the head splitter will be useful.
This will be a masterpiece. So much to do, so little time.
Okay then, so now we got us a dwarf.
Blasted armor.
Chop chop, man. Let's get to work.
Yes?
And we will now get back to the village. Yay, long walking distance. I wish there was a speed up button. Alright, I totally forgot that we can teleport, but now our people are already on the way. Yeah, right, we could teleport through using godstones. Should have thought about that a little bit sooner. Okay. So, we have here a satchel to loot. There's also something. I guess that actually was it. How did the lamp get up the roof here? I mean, here it is actually plausible, though the lamp seems a little bit large by comparison. Or the letters are a little bit small. Well, let's see how well the pathfinding can handle this. Okay, what do we get here? The story of Rock and Premora. There was once a shepherd's daughter named Premora, who lived on a small farm. While tending to a flock, she would often sit by the river and sing. One day, an orc named Rock was scouting the nearby lands as a potential raid for his clan. When he heard Premora singing, he was struck by the beauty of her voice. Enthralled, he approached Premora, but she fled at the sight of him. Rock returned to his carl devastated. He begged Zarek to turn him into a human. To his surprise, Zarek answered his prayers. He was granted transformation for a fortnight. But if she could not learn to love his true self, disaster would befall him. The next day, Rock returned to the river. He emerged from the bushes as a tall, handsome human. From that moment, the two spent every day together. Rock's love for Premora grew until he knew she would love him, no matter what form he was in. When the fortnight was over, Rock decided to reveal his true self to her. He went to the river at the usual time, but approached in his orc form. Premora was horrified and cursed his name. As he pleaded with her to love him, she pushed him into the river and fled. Rock ran to her home, hoping to intercept her. Instead, he found his clan in the farmhouse burned to the ground. They had learned of his disguise and followed him. Premora was nowhere to be found, and his clan exiled him for his disloyalty. As he wandered the wilderness alone, Premora came to him. He was overjoyed, but as he opened his arms to her, she plunged a dagger in his heart. In his last breaths, she cursed him for destroying her life. The end. Well, that is a depressing story. Yeah, don't worry, dear folks. Just a small army coming by, just a bit casually. Dwarven traditions. Okay, more reading time, I guess. And a lot to read, but okay. The Dwarves of Windwall are an enigmatic people. They are not by nature overly secretive, but their distrust and exclusion of outsiders from their empire leaves much shrouded in mystery. What is known about them comes from a few accounts from traders and travelers permitted beyond their borders. Perhaps the most well-known aspect of Dwarven culture is their skill at the forge. Dwarves are the finest smiths in all of Io. The ore from their mines are used to the production of moonsilver steel, the sharpest and most durable steel of the known world. Due to their monopoly of moonsilver steel production and trade, it is likely that the Windwall Empire has more riches than all the other kingdoms of Io combined. Dwarves value tradition and family above all else. A young dwarf is expected to bring honor to their family, whether at the forge or on the battlefield. A dwarf is also expected to produce heirs to continue the family lineage. Failure to do either of these brings shame upon the individual and their household. It is not a surprise then that strength is highly valued in dwarven society. Physical prowess, often demonstrated in brawls after a night of drinking, is one of the greatest measures of what makes a righteous dwarf. Wit is also appreciated as a strength of the mind, but it alone is not enough to win admiration. A dwarf must prove themselves to be physically strong to be worthy of praise. Even less is known about dwarven women. As all dealings with outsiders are done by dwarven men, few, if any, women have ever been seen. However, the rumor that dwarven women are held as slaves for domestic duties and sexual pleasure by dwarven men is nonsense. Tales of women kept in chains is hearsay, likely started by jaded traders to capture the imagination of common folk. It is far more likely that dwarven culture is patriarchal and women are suppressed from taking active roles in society. How their society is structured in terms of gender and class is yet a mystery. It is also very possible that women are simply kept out of view of outsiders, given dwarves' general distrust of outsiders and their intentions. Well, now we have a dwarf in our party, so we could in theory ask him, but I'm pretty sure this is not a possible option.
Old Audrey's son just came running into the village, telling everyone you made it. Is that true? Are the orcs dead?
They are. For now, at least.
For now. I don't like how that sounds, but I suppose you're right. The peaceful times are over. So, what are your plans now?
There's an ancient Shaper city nearby, and the dwarf knows a way inside. We're going there as soon as possible.
A Shaper city? Would you mind telling me what the Harbinger is hoping to find there?
Well, if I remember correctly, though it has been months ago, we should tell no one.
I'm sorry, I can't.
I see. Well, darling, I just hope you know what you're doing. As they say, some secrets are better left buried. Do you think you could come back once you're done there? There's something else I might need your help with. I have some, how shall I say, friends in high places. And something tells me that you'll need more allies soon.
Why would I need allies? We're not trying to start a war.
I know, and maybe I'm wrong, but you've got something about you that attracts trouble. Motion, so to speak. And even if I'm wrong, we could still really use your help.
What kind of friends in high places would a village mayor have?
Enough. Just trust me.
All right. I'll see what I can do. Then I guess we should go.
Guess you should. Goodbye, and good luck.
Thank you. Isgrim, where is that entrance?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, it should be up north. I suggest you lead the way, Corporal.
Okay, I will probably do that. But first we are going to claim the revolt. Well, both are pretty worthless for us. Well, the Horned Helmet can at least is at least a bit better, and our Dwarf can carry it. So, and I guess that was it for this episode. Yeah, I know all these buildings are empty, blah blah blah. So, at the beginning of the next episode, we are going to open the gate to the Shaper City Mulundir, and yeah, then we will see what awaits us there. I believe it's a dungeon. So, as always, I hope you liked it. Oh.
Was that just me, or?
The Song of the White. Yes. There might be bloodburn soon.
So, that was the song you were talking about?
Just trust me.
Sod it. Yes. I remember now. I've heard it before. Very faintly, though. I mistook you for the wind.
Many people do, I guess.
Okay, I guess all these people here, they are going to die. Sad thing, but a fitting end for this episode. As always, I hope you liked it. If yes, please consider giving this video a thumbs up, and if you have any feedback, questions or anything, just put it down in the comments. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, I would be very happy if you change that. And with that, I say goodbye and see you next time. Bye bye.